Good morning, students. Today we will learn chapter 16, Campaign in the South. Shivaji Maharaj had a grand crowning ceremony. Everyone now knew about Swaraj and its great king. After the coronation, Masai passed away, while all his subjects looked upon Shivaji Maharaj as their protector. Shivaji Maharaj himself depended upon the advice and help of Ma Sahib. Now, students, Jijabai was also there at the ceremony, but she was old and was feeling quite weak. Shivaji was very worried about her health. He was looking after Swaraj, but he was worried about his mother. The crowning had taken place on Raigad, so Jijabai had come there. But because of her health, the doctor had asked her to move to Pachad because the climate of Pachad was better for Jijabai. Then Shivaji Maharaj sent her there so that she could get better quickly. But Jijabai did not get better. Her health got worse and she was very ill. When she saw Shivaji, she smiled at him. Since she was very weak, Shivaji asked her to rest. Jijabai rested and went to sleep. And at night in the sleep, she died. She left this world never to return. Shivaji Maharaj was very sad. His support was gone. Now, who would give him advice? Who would be his guide? Who would he talk to? Shivaji was a great king and protector of the people, but he really needed his mother. Shivaji Maharaj was very sad. A very important person in his life would no longer be with him. Now, Sambhaji Raje, Shivaji's son, he was also very sad because Sambhaji's mother, Saibai, Shivaji's wife, died when he was a baby. So Jijabai was the one who loved him and who looked after him. So he was feeling very sad. Because of Jijabai, Sambhaji never felt that he had no mother. So when Jijabai died, Sambhaji felt like his own mother died. Now, Jijabai had kept a watch on Swaraj too. So, all the officers and soldiers knew her well. They also felt very sad. Shivaji visits Qutub Shah. Shivaji's father Shahaji had many wives. Their children were Shivaji Maharaj's stepbrothers. One of Shivaji's stepbrothers, Vaikonji, was looking after Shahaji's land in Tanjavur, which is in the South India. Vaikonji never behaved nicely with Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji thought that a personal meeting would resolve the dispute and Vaikonji would be persuaded to help in the work of Swaraj. Now, Shivaji's father Shahaji, he had many wives and their children were Shivaji's stepbrothers. Okay. So, one of the stepbrother was Vaikonji. He was looking after the land in Tanjavur, that is Shahaji's, their dad's, their father's land in Tanjavur, which is in the South India. Now, Vaikunji was brave and well educated, but he never behaved nicely with Shivaji Maharaj. He even fought on Adil Shah's side against Shivaji. So, Vaikunji was not with Shivaji, he was with the opposite side, he was with the enemy side, that is Adil Shah. He was with Adil Shah to fight against Shivaji. As Shivaji was going to the south, he decided to meet the Qutub Shah, who was the ruler of Golconda. When the Qutub Shah knew that Shivaji was going to visit him, he was absolutely ready. He gave Shivaji a lot of respect. The people there had heard so much about Shivaji. Now Shivaji was quite sad. Such a brave relative of his was with the enemy. So Maharaj decided to travel to the south to meet Vaikunji and talk to him. He thought that would make a difference and he would stop Vaikunji from being with the enemy. Then brave Vaikunji would help expand Swaraj. So this was the plan of Shivaji to bring Vaikunji on his side from the Adil Shah side. Now, as Shivaji was going to the south side, he decided to meet Qutub Shah, who was the ruler of Golconda. Shivaji wanted to be friends with him. Shivaji had a deadly enemy in the north side, that is Aurangzeb, the Mughal emperor. Now, in case Aurangzeb even attacked Shivaji with all his strength, Shivaji wanted to have a friend in the south. So, Shivaji chose the Qutub Shah. Adil Shah was also another power in the south. So, if Aurangzeb comes with his soldiers to attack Shivaji, then Shivaji would have a friend in the south who would help him attack Aurangzeb and also Adil Shah. But by this time, the Adil Shahi was very weak and was about to be finished. So Shivaji wisely decided to have friendly relations with the Qutub Shah instead of Adil Shah. Now, the Qutub Shah was ready to be friends with Shivaji. When the Qutub Shah knew that Shivaji was going to visit him, he was absolutely ready. He gave Shivaji a lot of respect. The people there had heard so much about Shivaji. They had heard of how he killed Afzal Khan, how he cut off Shaista Khan's fingers, and how he escaped from Agra. Shivaji Maharaj was a great hero and was very nicely welcomed by the people of Golconda. People were standing on rooftops and showered rose petals on Maharaj. They all really wanted to see Shivaji and had lined up in the streets. Maharaj was very happy. Now people have heard everything about Shivaji Maharaj, how he what all he done in his life, how he killed the giant Afzal Khan, how he escaped from Agra, and how he became the king of the Swaraj, Hinduvi Swaraj. So he was a great hero among the people and they welcomed him very nicely. They started showering rose petals from the rooftop. They all were happy to see him. They were ready to welcome him. So they were all standing in the streets to welcome Shivaji Maharaj. So Maharaj, after seeing all this, he was very happy. When Shivaji came close to Qutub Shah's palace, Qutub Shah came down to take him in. The Qutub Shah had made a throne for Shivaji to sit on too. Shivaji stayed there almost a month. Qutub Shah promised Shivaji to help each other. When Shivaji left Qutub Shah, he went further south. Now, when Shivaji came in the palace of Qutub Shah himself he came down and he welcomed him, and he also made a special throne for Shivaji to sit. And Shivaji he almost stayed with Qutub Shah for almost a month. Now he and Qutub Shah, Shivaji Maharaj and Qutub Shah, they both signed promises to help each other. And then Shivaji left Golconda and he went further to the south side. To the south of Chennai is the fort of Jinji. The fort is huge and is very strong. Shivaji captured that fort. Then he besieged the Vellore fort. The siege lasted for several months, but the fort could not be conquered. Shivaji had to train his guns on the fort from a neighboring hill before he could conquer it. In this way, Shivaji captured quite a few forts and lots of land in the south. Now, when Shivaji went to the south side near Chennai is the fort of Jinji. Now, this fort is very huge and is very strong. Now, the commander of the Jinji fort was Nasir Muhammad. Now, he handed over the fort to the Marathas without a war. Then Maharaj, he laid siege to the Vellore fort. It was under the control of whom? It was under the control of Adil Shah, his enemy. So the commander of the fort was very brave. He defended the fort with great courage. Now, so it was not an easy to capture that fort. Now this siege lasted for many months. Now students, do you remember the meaning of the word siege? Siege means where the soldiers protect and stand besides the forts. They stand all over the four sides of the forts with their guns and weapons to attack the fort. So, but Shivaji could not still capture it because the commander, they were very strong, they were very brave, and it was not an easy task to capture the fort. So this lasted for many months. Then from a neighboring hill, Shivaji aimed his guns at the fort, and that is how he captured the fort of Vellore. In this way, Shivaji captured quite a few forts and lots of land in the south side. Shivaji meets Vaikunji. Now Shivaji Maharaj invited Vaikunji, his step-brother, to meet him. Vaikunji reluctantly agreed. Shivaji received him with great honor and tried to win him over. For a few days, Vaikunji stayed with Shivaji Maharaj. But one night he returned to Tanjavur without even taking leave of Shivaji Maharaj. Now Vaikunji, he came from Tanjavur, from the south side, to meet Maharaj. Both brothers, they met at a temple. Now Vaikunji stayed with Shivaji for a week. Shivaji, he spoke very lovingly to him and tried to talk with him because he wanted Vaikunji to stand with him to attack Adil Shah. Okay, but Vaikunji did not show the same feelings towards Shivaji Maharaj. He was still angry with him. He never agreed with anything that Shivaji said to him. So finally Shivaji asked him for a share of his father's jagir. Vaikunji said, "As you wish," and quietly he escaped that night. He then attacked Shivaji's army. Now, from Tanjavur, he actually attacked Shivaji's forces. Shivaji's forces took heavy toll of the attacking troops and Vaikunji was defeated. He conferred on him the territory south of Jinji and set aside a small part of Karnataka as a gift for Deepabai, that is Vaikunji's wife. He said in his letter to Vaikunji, "Do not put your trust in your enemies." Now, Maharaj's troops defeated Vaikunji's troops, but Shivaji was very hurt because of this behavior. Because Shivaji hoped that Vaikunji would someday join Swaraj. So he handed over the captured area around Jinji to his stepbrother, that is Vaikunji. Now that area was worth 7 lakhs at that time. So Maharaj also gave a small part of Karnataka to his wife, to Vaikunji's wife, that is Deepabai. He also wrote a sweet letter with good thoughts to Vaikunji. And what he said in the letter? He wrote, "Do not believe your enemies, always be brave." On 3rd April 1680, at the age of 50 years, old Shivaji Maharaj died, plunging his people into a sea of sorrow. The protector of people passed away. In his lifetime, Maharaj achieved so many great things. There was no one in the whole world who could match his achievements. He was a great national figure. Now, students, Shivaji was now 50 years old. Students, do you remember when he had taken the oath of Swaraj? Yes, it was when he was just 15 years old. So, for 35 years, he was working continuously. He worked day and night for Swaraj without any rest. He was very tired. So many people who were very close to him had passed away. Saibai, Shivaji's loving wife, had died long ago after giving birth to Sambhaji. Jijabai had died too. Now even Baji Prabhu, Tanaji, Suryaji, Murarbaji, and others who had supported Shivaji loyally had died too. Now Shivaji himself felt tired and he was ready to join them in heaven. Now Shivaji became weaker. He fell sick. He started getting fever. He became weaker and weaker day by day. Shivaji felt that he was going to die soon. So he called his loved ones around his bed and told them that I am going to God. Please sit outside and pray. After saying goodbye to everyone, he took his last breath. So in this way, on 3rd April 1618, the protector of the people, that is our own Shivaji Maharaj, he died. He was no more. He was a great national figure. I hope, students, you must have understood this chapter.